Hi everyone, my name is Rgarmctar, and this is my first ever commentary I've ever done. Ever. So, I'm going to talk a bit about myself, why I'm doing this, how I'm getting started. Additionally, I'm going to talk about some of the tactics that I'm using in this game itself. As you saw, this is Team Deathmatch on Canals, and I'm going to be playing a support role using the PKP with an ACOG, a bipod, and a flash suppressor. I don't see this loadout used very often, probably because I don't see it used on this map in particular. And I think that's because this is a very close quarters map, and light machine guns aren't necessarily used in close quarters a lot, but I make it work. I've used this loadout several times on this map, on this very same type of game, and it works great. It also works as if you use 3.4. That works pretty well. So, a little bit about myself. I've wanted to do commentaries for a while now, for about 2 years. And I first got started watching commentaries, I guess you can call them commentaries, I call them commentaries, when I was watching Unskippable on Escapist Magazine. Additionally, I was also a really big fan of Yahtzee. Those two kind of got me started in having an interest in this, but the interest didn't really get seeded until my first year in college, when a friend of mine showed me Critical, and I'd never seen anything like this before. I thought it was the most hilarious thing. I was watching a fun tactics video, and oh man, it was too much. I couldn't handle it. And then eventually I found Cnanners, and I found Hutch and Sark, and I found Level Cap just recently, and Donkey, and all these guys that are just incredibly good at what they do. And I envy their ability to do what they can do. So I thought I would try it for myself, and it was a really big decision on my end. You know, I had a lot of time to think about it, and a lot of the time I didn't know if I wanted to or not. You know, I don't have a very good voice for talking. I have a really bad lisp, and I yawn a lot when I talk. It's really bad. But, you know, I'm here now, and I'm doing it, and I'm excited about it, and something that I'm probably going to want to keep doing, depending on the feedback that I get. And another thing, I was just having a hard time finding a gameplay that was good. I'm a very finicky game player. I'm very particular about how I like things to be done when I'm playing. I'm very picky about the games that I choose to play. I don't play Call of Duty a lot. I play this primarily, or other, you know, dice games. I do own all of the Call of Duties that are available on console. I'm playing on the PS3. If anyone didn't know that at this point. But I'm playing on the PS3, which isn't really a common console to play on because of, you know, the copyrights on the HDMI, which I think that's just a big load of malarkey, but I can understand why they're doing it because of Blu-ray. So, that aside, I'd want to do this, and I didn't think I was capable of doing it because I yawn when I talk, I have a bad lisp, I run out of things to say really quickly, but, you know, I'm doing it now, and I'm glad that I'm doing it, and I finally, you know, I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put the hammer down, and I'm going to try to make a good gameplay, and, you know, this one's pretty decent. I have a few others that I think that are relatively good, that are pretty decent. They're decent quality, and you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to do it, and I hope I can get support. And I'm gonna show you my greatest tactic right here. It's called running away. No one really does it that often. I don't see anybody ever do it on console. Maybe it's a PC thing, but it didn't benefit me right there because I died. But the PKP with the ACOG. Don't see it used a whole lot. Usually support people like that guy there are using PDWs, which in this map it's 100% appropriate to use a PDW because it's a close range map. But the PKP in particular works really well with the ACOG. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of recoil. Its recoil stops at a certain point, so if you aim below your target, you aim like below, I'm gonna call it the recoil apex because that's kind of what I think of it as. You're gonna do fine. Or if you use the bipod. Bipod is the most important attachment on a light machine gun, in my opinion, next to the flash suppressor. If you're using the flash suppressor, you're going to have a great time. even when you're standing, it's going to reduce your amount of vertical recoil. You all know that. It's going to make the whole weapon a little bit easier to handle. Especially if it has a higher fire rate. Higher fire rate. I was trying to get the bipod to deploy and it wouldn't do it, and it's becoming really frustrating. See, that's bad. You can usually counter that at ranges about that if you just do a 2-round burst over and over again, because you'll hit the body and the head, but you'll be at a range, so the damage drop off, I think, will probably be, I don't know what the damage is. Level cap knows all these statistics, and I don't. And I got sandwiched yet again. But, you know, use unconventional weapons. That's what I think people should do more. Use unconventional setups. You know, use bipods on assault rifles that have high fire rates, like the FAMAS. Do that. It's stupid, but do it. And I'm just doing poorly right there. But you know, I don't know. I really enjoy this right now. I can authentically say 100% that I like recording gameplays. So if there's anything you'd like to see, or if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments or send me a PM. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or evening.